in a second. For those of you who don't know, I know some of you guys are disgusting neckbeards. You sit there, I know because I've been to LAN and I've seen all of your keyboards, okay? Dead skin, chunks of food, you spilt some chocolate milk on the keyboard and then you just kept playing on it and it's just dried there and gotten all moldy. Dorito dust crusted all over your mouse. You know when there's that, like, there's a crust on the mouse? I've seen you guys. I know because I also used to be a filthy nerd. I remember my first LANs going and there was like older, more experienced nerds who had their shit together and they were like, Pig, your mouse is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And I was like, whoa, what's wrong with it? Like, it has a crust. A mouse is not meant to have a crust. And I was like, why not? And they're like, that's disgusting. Long story short, don't eat at your keyboard if you have to. I've got a instant coffee container. Great. I love these containers, they're great. Filled with peanuts. And it has a spoon. So that I don't get salty peanut dust all over me keyboard. Gentlemen, eat peanuts with a spoon. I'm not a fucking caveman, you animals. Get some hygiene. Take a shower once in a while, God. He stares while accidentally breathing down a small chunk of peanut. Oh my God. I'm okay. I'm just an idiot. All right, guys, it's time for a qualifying match. Let's see who goes through to WCS Challenger. It's a Zerg versus Protoss up here in the top left. We just saw him crush through Caleb after dropping a first map in that series. Very decisive game 2 and 3. In the red, it's Liquid's TLO. Opening the re-hatchery before pool. Oh my. Nice. His opponent down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, representing Alpha X, it's Astrea. And just like Australia is the most dangerous land filled with poisonous creatures, Astrea is the most dangerous Protoss player filled with very weird builds. I'll never forget him opening Storm Drop and Charge Lot Drop against Game Time. And Game Time was on, like, he took a gold base that was really exposed and he kept wanting to all in Astrea's third base with Master Roach Ravager, and Astrea was like, oh no, I'm not taking a third. And he would just continue, he'd always drop Zealots in one mineral line, Game Time would look at it, and at the same time, a Prism would come out of the shadows and storm drop an entire mineral line somewhere else on the map. And he'd lose like so many drones, and Game Time would instantly replace them. And it happened like so many times in this game. And each time Game Time went across the map, Astrea would just cancel the third base, pull up his natural ramp, and be like, nah, I ain't fighting your 400 roaches. And it looked like the most frustrating game for Game Time to play. It was so funny. I was like, only Astrea would do this. Like, so many storm drops in that game. Absolutely insane. Sick stuff to see. So, can't wait to see what he has here. What is this? What? Is this because he knows Overlords go down around the edge and come in there? And they also check the back of the third? So Astrea's figured out that most Zergs don't scout there. But I think TLO's path... I think he's gonna glimpse the pylon. This is some next level. He's like, I will hide it in plain sight because no one checks in plain sight. Oh my God, I just spilled some water on my desk. One sec. My peanut jar got in the way of my water. You gotta be tactical with where you place these things. Don't noob it like me. Almost got water on my stream deck. Oh no. When we get deep into the casts, all sorts of disasters happen on this stream. It's okay. This was a very, very minor stream. I've had much worse. This was not me pouring an entire coffee over my mouse pad as we've seen in the past. Did he glimpse the DT shrine? Oh, he saw it. Oh, Dario is so ready. So this is just your pretty regular DT drop, but that's a very fast Warp Prism, guys. Is this the 3-gate variation? Oh, this build! So this is the build which literally ruins Zerg players' dreams. Unfortunately for him, Dario cut link speed and went the fastest layer of all time, so even the fastest DT expand of all time is not going to catch him off guard. He's already got an Overseer morphing. He has no fighting units, which is a little problematic. But as these roaches pop out, he should be okay. Yep, lose a drone or two, but just get him out of there. Loses one drone already. DT's unable to connect. Overseer's here. He's just got to get out. Yeah, good defense by TLO. So TLO hard countering the DT rush. Very nice play. I really like the way, you know, both players had very clean builds. Oh! Defecation on your dreams, Protoss player. Oh, all the Zergs in chat gotta be so excited right now. I know you guys feel happy. Oh, the units went around trying to catch the Archon Morph. A bit of a gamble from TLO, and now he doesn't have many units here, but oh no, that Prism. Oh, the Prism, it goes down. All the DTs fall, and he's pooing on the third base. Oh no. Dario drops his trousers on Astrea with these openings, and he says, I fart in your general direction, mate. The king of German Canada is here. This is stunning advantage so far for TLO. Aspire goes down. You can counter pressure with roaches, poke at the front a little, be annoying, and just distract Astrea. Astrea's third is already so late. Meanwhile, we're going to be full base, three saturated. Three bases fully saturated. He'll be able to take a fourth. Dario is in an incredible position in this game. Such a good opening against Astrea. Perfect reads by TLO. He's even going to force a few force fields out. He says, yeah, it's a couple roaches. Whatevs, man. I don't care about these units. Anything to apply pressure and make you panic. Oh, what's that? You're warping in more sentries? Oh, they even get canceled there. He's actually going to go in and just try and trade on these sentries. Any sentries he kills means less Guardian Shield. It means more energy to replenish those. And you know what that means? That means you are not getting hallucination across the map as well. Where's the... Oh yeah, it just dawned on me as I said it. I'm like, wait, he actually will have no idea. There's no way to scout. He just used all of his hallucinations to do that. Why are we building... What? Those aren't Mutalisks. Those are corrupt. He's going corrupt. Wait, so he did go double star... Oh, Astrea realized... Wait. So Astrea did realize that it was a Spire. How did he... He didn't see it. Did he? He saw it. Oh, we did get a hallucination over there or an observer earlier. Never mind, guys. I'm an idiot. So he spotted it, dropped double Stargate. TLO anticipated the scout. He said, actually, let's build Corruptors. They can still pee on your buildings, and they'll wreck any Phoenix that come out, and they'll stop any Colossus transition. Whereas Mutas get hard countered by Phoenix. And I'll just transition onwards myself. I'll add an armor upgrade. We'll go Hive. I can turn these into Broodlords later. The only thing we're missing is, of course, upgrades. So I do want to see a double Evo chamber out of TLO off this. I feel like double Evo into Broodlords is just the best way to play right now. Corruptors are going to come in. They're going to, once again, he started with taking his trousers off and doing a poo on the third. Now he unzips his fly and says, goodbye, natural expansion. The damage is ramped up. The damage is ramped up. Oh God, he's committing. He's gonna lose a lot of Corruptors for this, guys. That's not it. That's not, oh my God, 5-6 Corruptors. I think it's worth it for sure, but definitely something which is a little bit frustrating. A random roach finds his way into the main base as well. Nonetheless, I mean, it's still good for TLO. You know, so much mining time gets lost here from Astrea as well as the Nexus kill. And yeah, Hive's on the way, but he's going Infestors already. I'm a little bit worried that TLO might be getting a bit too fancy, and he's not getting any upgrades still. I'd like to see a melee upgrade would be amazing. Yeah, he's making more Ravages. I mean, they'll defend anything that comes his way, but he's not getting a gigantic economy. I mean, I guess it's just he's going to have crazy fast +1 armor Broodlords, and that should be game-winning enough, even without melee upgrades for it. Because it's just going to be such a well-timed Broodlord rush. He could even do the thing where you put a Broodlord behind each mineral line. He can't really, because there's 2 Stargates, so Phoenix or Void Rays can build reactively. But otherwise, there's a really cool thing you guys should do if you have the luxury of playing at not crazy high levels. Oh no. Round 3 of German insult to injury here. Dario says, do you like the caustic shower? I have my acidic spray. I'm going to put it on your Nexus. The Immortal's going down. Lots of units taking damage. Roaches, Ravages. Just trying to distract here. Oh no. Oh, the Nexus. Last Corruptor. He's got to save this Nexus. He saves it. Very good save. The Nexus barely alive there. Astrea's like, I'm just barely hanging on all sides, man. He's got a good work account. Does he have Storm? He's going for Storm just now. The problem for Astrea is he's so far behind on the tech tree And losing that Prism early was just such a disaster. He just hasn't had any pressure on TLO's side of the map. He has no idea about how fast these Broodlords are going to be entering the fray. I'm very confused about the very high Ravager count. It's so high. I guess he just feels he can push right now with a big Roach Ravager push, but doesn't really feel like the right army. But I guess there's so little energy for Astrea. Like he actually can just kill him with a Roach Ravager here, I think. Oh my. The Immortal's doing some big damage though. Zealot's warping in, and this is a pretty nice fight for Astrea. I mean, it seems like such a random timing to be attacking with Roaches and Ravagers, but guess what? Oh, Infested Terrans over the gap! He threw them across the gap, the Nexus falls! Ha! He was like, anything he's like, yeah, the trade on the front might not be amazing, but it'll be okay, and I'll get you third at the same time. Biles the Stalkers that just warped in, but look at that. DT on the low ground, DT on the high ground. He warped in, one in each base. Nicely done here by Astrea. 16 worker kills. I mean, TLO going for the fancy plays. Are they the most effective plays, though? I really feel like investing in mass unupgraded Roaches at this stage of the game, I question it. I question it. That fight on the front was pretty bad. Even though he got the third, and that was cool, I don't know, these TTs, the counter damage here is massive. Astrea's on 80 probes. Okay, stop building probes, Astrea. You need to survive right now, my friend. There's a random Mutalisk on the way. That's going to try and hunt down this Prism because it's causing TLO so much trouble right now. TLO's got like, he's remaxing on Roaches. No, don't do that. There's only one Robo, so it might work. I think Astrea's probably worried about Broodlords and stuff right now, so he's going to be like not actually that focused on Immortal production, and of course only has one Robo, but he's doing so much to keep Dario back at home with a DT drop. And every second that goes by, will Dario pull home? I think Dario realizes he needs to go across the map. He's remaxing on bad upgraded Roaches again. Astrea's got to pull back. You got to pull. Astrea needs to pull back, dude. He just needs to survive. Every second that goes by, Astrea, his army gets 1,000 times better. Dario! His Infestors get a massive fungal growth to start this fight. They managed to chain one more, but good storms do land. Is it enough, though? I think the fungal did so much damage there, and Astrea's barrier's getting... Oh, my God. His army's getting smashed. He's got Zealots in the main, though. Zealots in the fourth. DTs and Zealots in the main. As long as Astrea holds this base, he's actually still got the better army right now. Oh man, TLO, this game falling apart very quickly for the German-Canadian Zealots. If they get in that mineral line as well, that's like the last bastion of his economy. These Immortals and Stalkers doing big damage. Yeah, I mean, Astrea's like, I can lose like 30 probes, just anything to provide meat here, anything to provide a barrier for these Immortals. I need to hold on. He's going to try and pull up his ramp. He actually needs force fields. He needs to pull into the main. I think he's kind of surprised at how hard TLO's pushing in here. Astrea needs to get back up that ramp. His Zealots are getting finally cleaned up on the other side of the map. He's trying to hold on. It's all about these two Immortals and this Warp Prism. Oh, God. Ah! Run! Those Immortals will eventually clean this, but it looks like barely TLO's going to push through. So many workers going down. 37 probes are being killed. 53 drones in the course of this game. Those DTs doing the work. Lots of probes in the open. A Zealot Immortal coming down here. It's kind of crazy. This is the sort of game where you get punished for only having one Robo producing this whole time, and oh, another Immortal pops just before it goes down, and he's trying to decide which Immortals does he focus on protecting with the Prism. The one on the left, of course, he can't afford to keep that one alive. Can he? Oh no. Oh, he saves it! He saves it! Oh, it's an Immortal! That Immortal is immortal! It won't die! Has Astrea's just won this game. I mean, this is plus 2 Immortals versus mass unupgraded Roaches. There's a reason mass Roach is not that good, guys. And there's a reason I'm super questioning Dario's decision to remax on Roaches for the 3rd time when he had Infested Broodlord tech out. I think he just got a bit carried away with sniping the next side. I thought he was doing more damage, but Astrea rolled with the punches. And we've got a Mutaswap coming out. That might be the right call here. TLO's economy is... It's poopity splat, though. 44 drones versus 54 probes. Good gas bank for the Protoss. He's got Psystorm and Immortal. Roaches aren't a threat anymore. I do like this. I love this Overseer. He's like, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? What are you trying to look at? Hello? What are you trying to check? No. That's right. Get out. Only Zerg perverts triumph here. You know that if he could, he would be teabagging with that Overseer right now, would TLO, for sure. 100% he would. More Infestors on the way. He's still got a Great Aspire, which has never been used this game. Nice Stalker weapons, good awareness here. He's actually building a few Phoenix, which will shut that down. He's got a 4th on the way. Yeah, I mean, Astrea's looking pretty healthy, man. I don't think TLO is going to be able to pull the rabbit out of his hat on this one. He's going to try, and we're going to kind of see what he goes for, but I feel like, yeah, he's going Neural. So he's going to say, look, if I can Neural all of your Immortals and Archons, then maybe. I love the split on the Mutas. He's like, okay, you can chase those two, but then he pulls them back through them anyway. Thankfully, the Phoenix were like, where'd they go? He wasn't watching for a second there. He's like, where are they? Oh, man. DT is going to be running in again. Yeah. He's going to try and Neural all the Immortals and Archons, like Feedback, Storm. It's going to be tough. And that Overlord saw that the entire time. Astrea did not realize he'd been spotted. Zealot's going to run in, try to kill a Roach. Hey, they're going to get a Roach. Oh, +3 Zealots, dude. Versus unupgraded Roaches. And the Phoenix are like, hey, you guys want to play? Yeah, and even just wasting Infestor energy is nice, dude. Yeah, Dario has to be like the Dregs Lord, right? His army is just the dregs of what a Zerg wants to fight with. He's like, I have Infestor, Ravage, and Neural. Equal supplies. I can imagine he'd have a small chance of making this work with the right engagement. But as it is, this Protoss army is just way too scary, man. He does have burrows, so he can Neural from underground, and actually there's no Observer here. Maybe. But look at that, the Phoenix being such D-bags, man. Picking up these Ravages. Oh! Not letting TLO kite him down. He just says, no, I'll just pick up your Ravages, dude. That base is toast. Hey! This Archon's like, oh my god, he's focusing the High Templar! He just killed 2 High Templar with that Archon that he stole! Oh my god! Let's check. If I know Dario, he focus fired that as well. 100% he focus fired that, right? Let's double check that real quickly. Okay, so we're looking for Dario's clicks. Yeah. You can see he started stepping it. Yeah. He focus fired the High Templar twice with it. Took out 2 High Templar with the Archon. Big brain. I really liked the tech choices there. I think the opening was glorious from TLO, but he got too fancy. You know, sometimes the fancy play, it just gets you in the groove and you feel amazing and awesome and everything's on fire. But so we look at the army value. That does lie a little bit because it's Roaches, but if you look at the workers, it's like, oh yeah, look, TLO had a pretty solid advantage through these early stages. Like, that's a solid advantage, guys. And then remember, he shut down the pressure. So resource collection rate, you know, you're sniping Nexi. He's doing really good. And then everything kind of fell apart when he overcommitted to Roaches there. So I think the first Roach assault, I was on that 4th, I was already questioning it, but I was like, well, he got the 3rd behind it. It's all good. And I was like, cool, you can build more drones and then go, you know, Infestors and Broodlords. And he built another remax of Roaches. And it almost worked. So like part of me is like, okay, I get the kind of area this push works. But I also think Dario himself is going to be kicking himself and going, oh man, I threw that situation a little bit. And obviously, like, I mean, players are the hardest on themselves. Harder than anybody. I don't really think it was like a gigantic throw, but I think the DT Prism in the back while he was focusing on the attack, that was obvious, and Astrea kept redropping with it. That was some pretty sick play, guys. So down here, or up here, sorry, in the top left, I would have thought he was the favorite in this one, but dropping the first map, same as the previous series, and ooh, a little bit of a freeze there. I hope that wasn't me. In the top left, in the red, it's Team Liquid's Dario, the Wunderwunsch, the little one, TLO. Down here in the bottom right, representing Alpha X, the most poisonous of all Protoss players, it's Astrea. Astrea. Don't scout. Gateway and go back to the main. Damn, he's gonna scout. I was hoping Astrea would just go for a real tight, like, greedy build. But Dario could proxy hatch, he could 12 pull, you never know. Even on a big map. That's the game you link up for why you never go late game, Roach's chat was saying. Oh no. Nice little denial here with the probe. Just going back and forwards there, doing what it can. So there's just been a little update people were posting about in chat. So, sorry, just got hit with the feels again. Just posted on In Control TV's Twitter account, on In Control's Twitter account. So it's his family posting. They said to offer some solace in this time of grief. We've learned that Jeff passed quickly and painlessly from a blood clot in his lungs. He was with friends. He always urged and led us by example to take care of ourselves to the best of our ability. Remember to do that for him today. All right. So, I guess just sharing that. A lot of people have been very curious about it. In a way, it's as good as the news can be, that it was quick and painless. I think we're all stunned by how sudden it was and everything. So it's, you know, obviously it's a terrible, terrible, tragic event, and apologies if this is anyone's first time hearing about it. We did all find out yesterday. It's been a rough ride, but hopefully that gives just a little bit of, I guess, context of how things happened and how things just happened so suddenly. You know, it's one of those things you can never predict, unfortunately. So let's all be there for each other, guys, and obviously, as always, a very prescient reminder that you should hold the ones close, you know, the ones that you hold dear close to you. Let everyone, you know, let people know how you feel about them. Be true to yourself and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to try to focus back on the games here because I don't want to distract too much in this WCS cast, but it did just come through and I read it in chat and I was kind of like, oh shit. So figured I should go look at that, or it was going to be hanging around in the back of my head. So we just checked that Twitter, and indeed that is the thing that popped up there. So this is King's Cove. It is a big map. Oracle opening going to come out for Astrea. Some of that kind of slightly more old school play. We don't see it as often these days. Ooh, very nice drive by 3, 4. Ooh, misses the 5th. Does keep both alive, but they're very heavily wounded. They're not going to be able to do that again, not without sacrificing themselves. 2 adepts have snaked around the right-hand side of the map. The Overlord saw it, though. Was he paying attention, though? Yeah, it looks like his lings have come home. So he's like, let's just defend these adepts. Be safe. Good work account for both players. They're neck and neck. It's normally around this point where if the Protoss doesn't commit super hard to aggression, the Zerg can gather a little bit of a lead. Ooh, he's going to go for a bit of a dive. Okay, yeah, he says, let's just sack. Doesn't mind sacking one of those Oracles. It does go down, a few more kills at the same time. Oh no, the Adepts got in there. The Lings just ran across the map. Dario, not defending at home. Way too eager to move across this map here. He is, if he gets a cancel, it's worth it though. If he gets a cancel, it's worth it. The Oracles are on the wrong side of the map. I think he's just recalled one of them home. I don't know if it has energy though. It's no, it's still hidden in the corner. He didn't recall it. The cancel goes down. And that's the price you pay for not keeping those oracles at home. So Dario there, yeah, he lost 7 drones, but he quickly replaced them, and this was only 17 Zerglings. It's a rather small commitment for a cancel on that third. Dario, though, does need to... Ooh, would have loved to snipe on that probe. He's going to click on it. He will get a cancel here, but he's going to lose most of those Zerglings for Astrea, though. Nicely done. Waits to the last second. Ah! Probe finally goes down. A lot of Lings sacrificed, though, so... You know, this is good to slow down your opponent. Dario here, building a lot of workers, but his main base very undersaturated right now. Good reaction, though, not letting the stasis trap freeze too many units. We need units to transfer probably back from the natural, the third, sorry, to the natural and main. Both of these are a little light right now. Don't know if Dario realizes just how light his saturation is. All of his rally points are messed up. Dario in a bit of disarray in this game. He's 1 game away from being knocked to the lower bracket, guys. Astrea wants that challenger spot. Oh, gets the queen and gets out with the prism. Nice and healthy. Observer's here to help clear up creep in the future as well. Dario still not realizing how undersaturated his main and natural are. His third, finally fixing those rally points. Took him a little while there. That's a real fundamental mistake. I'm telling you, Dario not happy with that. He realizes that the moment he moves those drones and he goes, oh, holy crud, that's not meant to happen. Does get a few drones trapped. Not a big deal, though. That's not really a lot of damage. It's just an annoyance more than anything. Bane speed, +1 melee. So it's a Roach Ravager Baneling play for now, guys. Roach speed's done. He wants to do a light Roach pressure over here. Archons are out in the middle of the map trying to intercept his rally. 2 Immortals will come over and shut this down. But he's going to deny a few cannons at least. But Roach is getting trapped now. So that's the price you pay for committing deep here. Nice force field with the warp in. Oh, the Zealot force field. I like that. Very cute play from Astrea. Only on 56 probes, just now starting +1 upgrade. Dario's still in a good position. If he can just stabilize, get a 4th hatch started so he doesn't feel like he's kind of stuck too low on the economy game. Oh my lord, Astrea just hot dropping on top of those units to stop the retreat. Wow. Units lost has got to be pretty good for Astrea, and indeed it is. He's going to come forward, get rid of some of their creep, and, you know, it feels like a game where some things have gone right for TLO, yet somehow it feels like Astrea is just in the driver's seat and is in bully mode right now. Only 1 Ravager morphing, no gas for TLO. Ooh, you need a few Ravagers here. That being said, there's only 2 sentries. A few more Archons and Immortals coming across the map. More gateways going down at home. Oh, he's going to try and shade those defensive adepts that he'd warped in into the natural. Dario's going to get on top of it pretty quickly. At the same time, an Oracle gets a big stasis trap in the main base. The adepts do manage to focus down just 4 drones, but they do distract for the Oracle. And yeah, I think Astrea's doing a very good job of just kind of keeping TLO on the back foot, keeping him annoyed. This Oracle, such a pain in the butt. Lots of Roach Ravager. Trying to swap in a Hydra Bane. If you go this much Roach Ravager, the swap in a Hydra Bane is one of the most awkward swaps in the game. It's one of the most awkward transitions. Dario is going to split some Roaches down here to try and slow down a 4th base, I believe. At the same time, we do have Queens damaging this Oracle, not really able to do much to it. And just a Zealot drop moving across behind this Robotics Bay on the way. Disruptors against a Roach Hydra army are god tier, guys. You normally don't think to do this. Oh, but he is going double Robo. He's already got 4 Immortals. He's going to go up to 5. Unfortunately, 1 Immortal is trapped in a glass cage of emotion here, stamping his feet and shouting about how Milk was a bad choice. These Roaches going to come up and achieve a whole lot of nothing. Immortal says, get out. Zealots going into the main base here. And there we go, Queen and Spore. Queen and Spore just there going down. Drone pool's good. He's clicked on the Baneling Nest. I think he should have shift-clicked the drones. You're not going to really get that Baneling Nest. He did almost get it, I guess, but... Once again, Astrea's Prism control, his ability to harass and be annoying, very useful. That Prism takes a lot of hits, though. Deep in the red. It's going to have to withdraw for now. Back at home, 4th base for Astrea. Going for this one. Doesn't want to fight in the gigantic open area in front of that 4th. Says, let's kind of have choke points we can defend into this one. No Psystorm, remember, guys. Do we have Disruptors yet? No, he's going up to 6 Immortals. Are we going Disruptors? Are we going to build Colossus? He's just going to go straight into Colossus for the Hydras and Lings, I guess. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's Lair Tech versus Lair Tech, +1 range versus +2 melee. We normally don't see players committing to armies this big on Lair Tech on this map. It's a gigantic Hydra Roach Bane all in. They're going to try to bust through the gateway. He's not in position. Where's the sentry warp-ins? Astrea slow to respond here. Oh, Dario with a gigantic gamble just YOLOs up the ramp, and he catches every single probe with the Banelings. He gets a pretty decent angle isolating these units. Those 4 Archons, they are going to be able to slide through that gap made by this, but a lot of Immortals and Archons have gone down, and he traps the Archons. The reinforce comes back down. The Archons stuck in the choke point. Units coming down, but the Disruptors weren't quite here yet, and TLO forces a chaotic engagement, the sort of one that favors these cheaper, lower quality Zerg units more. Unable to micro the way he wanted. Astrea was not able to get out the value. He does end up holding, but with 25 workers lost, and he's just got a small army now with +2 melee finishing. Zerglings are going to take absolute control of this game. Only 55 drones. Going for a Spire may be too much right now. I think Dario needs to just hold down that Zergling key as much as possible, of course. He's got that Oracle there. Hydra's starting to work on these rocks. A few drones going down for Dario. Backstabs are going to become more and more important. Both players are rather broke, guys. So if we can get a Prism across this map, the Prism did die before, but if, yeah, Zergling's getting in here, that's huge. +2 melee. They've got +2 melee. Probes just disappear, man. Unfortunately, he didn't quite focus fire on these, and he is just going to focus some Warping and Zealots, but even just a few probes is very big. He's already done that eco damage we talked about before. Nicely done. He's going to get that pylon, another probe, and look at this. Yeah, doesn't really have any Archons left. Zealot's kind of struggling. He does have the Immortal in the main base, just kind of chilling. He's like, I'm a tower now. I don't know why I have legs. I can only move from here to here. The Immortal Tower, the strongest of towers. So here we go. So it's Hydraling, pure Hydraling, guys, up against Oracle. Not gonna be able to do anything. Pure Hydraling, still no wall off for Astrea. Up against a Disruptor focus player. Hopefully he stops at 3 Disruptors. Any more than that and he's toast. Oh god, the Zealots aren't going back. Those probes getting ravaged. 4th base is under siege right now. The Mutaswap will be coming any time now. This Immortal in the main, I mean, he can kind of fight a little, but those Zerglings doing very good damage. A few Zealots there. Finally going to clean this up. You got to finish this wall, Astrea. You got to finish it, my man. He's got a Prism on the way. That's going to be nice. Oracle comes in. There's 2 Mutalisks on the ways. I really thought Dario would try to go 12 Mutas, sneak them up, sneak them across the map, slide into a mineral line and do some big damage, but I think he might have just gotten so angry at this Oracle that he's actually just gotten triggered. He's going to build 3 Mutas just to kill the Oracle. The power of Astrea to tilt his opponent through being the most annoying. Oh my god, he even blocked the Spore Crawler from rooting. Freezes every drone on that base, but at the same time, Dario says, oh yeah, how about a taste of your own medicine? You think Oracles are annoying? How about 400 bitey boys with upgraded goddamn claws and teeth? Yeah, how do you like that, mate? Astrea's like, okay, yeah, that did a bit more damage than my Oracle. Ow, 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 ow. But the Zerglings do go down. The Mutalisks, I believe, have shown themselves. Where's the Oracle at? That Oracle... They're hunting for the Oracle. There's already a Phoenix out with it as well, actually. A Phoenix with Micro can beat 3 Mutalisks quite decisively. This game is not over by any means. We got Colossus on the way against Hydraling. If he can get like 2 Colossus out, Archons, Immortals, Guardian Shield, you've got Charge Lots with +2. This is actually, yeah, this could work. Oh, so the Mutas get tagged. They're gonna run away. We've got a Prism in the north. So Astrea's probably just gonna wait until TLO really commits and oh god. He's supply blocked as well. Uh-oh, that's a dead mineral line. The pylons. Okay, warping in Zealots as units die here, but oh man. Too many workers going down. Astrea, mate, I get you vote Democrat. I know you like liberals. I know you don't like putting peoples in cages, but right now it's time to put your own workers in a cage. Wall off the base. Build a wall. It'll keep them out. Trust me. These goddamn illegal Zergling migrants are ruining your economy right now. They are ruining it. I'm not saying you need to make Protoss great again. You don't need to be grabbing Zerg by the pussy. Just build a wall. Please, Astrea, do it for me. Do it for me. Make me the happy. Oh my god, he's gonna do it. It's a bit of a budget wall. The Zerg player definitely did not pay for that one. But yeah, it'll at least keep these lings out for a moment. The observer also sees these lings coming across the map. All right. Gonna come in, sniper probe. He's gonna, the Colossus is like, let's go. Shield battery's getting focused down pretty quickly, but that one's not really gonna get the damage. So that time Astrea holds, he stabilizes, but he's kind of shown his hand, right? It's like, hey, I'm building Colossus. Oh, look at this, Astrea like senses. He senses when his opponent's, oh no, TLO's, he saw it on the minimap for a second, but he didn't notice it. And as his whole army moves out, Astrea's prism moves in. And what is this? Pure Hydra. As I said, there's a second Colossus almost out, guys. Oh, TLO, I feel like he should have the better stuff, but he don't have the better tech. He got the better army size. He's got good upgrades to guys, like +2 range is about to finish, +2 melee is already here, but I don't think he can force this fight. I actually think TLO needs to split his army up and start doing a backstab style. I think he needs to start kind of rearing around the map, looking for backstabs, looking for counterattacks, and use that time to get up a little squad of Corruptors. I think the Muta squad's doing a really good job. The 3 anti-douchebag Prism, anti-douchebag Oracle Muta's doing well. The Phoenix says, oh, you want to fight, do you? And he's going to, of course, get on top. And Mutas. Oh, they got the Oracle. So at least they got rid of the Oracle. 2 Mutas do survive. This is still a very scary force, guys. The extended Thermal Lance, Colossus Viagra is 2/3 of the way done. We've got a third Colossus that's just popped out as well. He's going to wait for it before he fights. He knows he needs every bit of Colossus damage he can. And he's already keeping TLO very low on tech. Uh-oh, Dario misclicked this. He meant to go around the right-hand side, but he accidentally only clicked them to there. So they tried to pass through the middle. Shows his hand. I wouldn't mind him just tearing these pylons down from right in front. Even a few Zerglings there would take those pylons down very quickly. And remember, Astrea's on 49 probes. He doesn't have a big economy. It's really this one big army, and he knows he needs to hit either you know, actually, Vipers would be so disastrous against this army. He doesn't have Storm or High Templar. Zealots there, putting up a decent fight, buying a bit of time. He does get on the inside of the wall there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Undocumented migration here of Zerglings once again trying to tear down the wall so the family can get in. Uh-oh, here comes another one. Big Hydra. I like the Hydra backstab, but he doesn't actually know where the army is, so I think this might be an overcommitment. Yeah, getting a Nexus is nice. I don't think it's enough for that many Hydras, though. I think that was a bad trade. He's going to try to jump on him, though, so maybe he forced Astrea to come a little bit deep. Good force fields, though. Oh, real good force fields to buy a bit of time, but he loses the Prism, and he's already lost Colossus, has he? No, it's down there. It pulled back. Okay, I think Astrea just wants to go now. He's up in supply. That was too many Hydras on the backstab. There's only 3 Corruptors out. I was talking he needed to get up a big wave of Corruptors. These backstabs needed to wait for Astrea to touch the edge of creep and then launch in with a gigantic army of Hydraling, but I think TLO may have mistimed it. And with that, his hopes might be slipping away. The Vipers are on the way. Blinding Clouds, Abducts could be devastating, but he just does not have them. Banelings need to find the juicy center of the Zealots. They do a pretty good job. The Colossus in the north side of this army falling rather quickly. 1 Colossus in the south, adding a good bit of hurt. I mean, this fight's actually not going too bad for Dario. That Colossus, oh my god, they're adding too much damage, man. They're adding so much damage, but you know what? It's enough. It's enough. TLO holds. That was a really good last fight. Whoo, that was a very good last fight from TLO. So those Colossus running north there, it was like he was trying to set up a concave, but I really think Astrea messed that up. Yeah. Those units moving up there, that's not what you want to do there. So does tie it up 1-to-1, does TLO, which is awesome. Let's just quickly watch that fight. I like to rewatch. These units should not be going in. No. That's crazy. Against the Hydra Bane army, like, I get you, he's kind of trying to spread his units out so the Banelings don't do as much because he doesn't have force fields. No. Just having your Archons in a wall is good enough. If these Banelings only hit Archons, you're fine. If you concentrate your splash damage, most of the Banelings will hit either nothing or like 1 Archon. But as we see, I don't think this was the right call. I do feel like he kind of screwed the pooch a little bit. Baneling's got really good connections on the Zealots on the south. Those Zealots should have all pulled behind the army. And on the north side, 1 Colossus falls almost instantly because the Hydra's got on top of it, the Corruptor's got on top of it. And whilst these Archons add some damage, I feel like we've just ended up kind of splitting our attacks up off multiple angles. +2 range, doing really well for the Hydras, by the way. A very important upgrade as you get into these later fights. Hats off to TLO, dude. Fighting Colossus with Hydras is one of the most finicky things. It all comes down to the engagement angle, which usually the Protoss player will not give you a good one. Last map is Neuropugnancy, guys. think I might have missed the map invite. Oh no, it's going up. All right, near repugnancy map 3, let's go. GG's, awesome. All right guys, game number 3, this will be good. Do you guys think Astrea wins that game if that immortal wasn't stuck the whole time? Oh yeah, I thought it was a different map. Oh no, it's just they remade it with game art legends. I'm just scrolling up and catching the chat. I understand him. Someone said, I understand American politics pretty well. I do not. I know just enough references to just kind of like wade through that zone where I sound like I might have an idea of what's going on. The only thing I know about American politics is like the biggest memes that make it to social media. That's about it. That's about it. I'm not much for politics. I don't like spending too much of my mental power on spheres which I cannot influence. So yeah, I know a lot of people who live outside of America are like, oh, I gotta follow American politics. They're the world leader. And I'm like, but I don't know, dude. You're just like, you're a mechanical engineer. He's like, yeah, could affect my job. And I'm like, could it? I barely follow my own politics. If it's election time, I'll do some research, a little bit, be an educated voter. I'll spend like an hour looking stuff up, cast my vote, and then I'll go back to being happily oblivious. I saw a really good headline on one of those satire sites yesterday. I think it was The Onion, and it was like, sorry, not The Onion. No, it was the Australian one, the Batuta Advocate, and it was. It was like, man has to face daily decision of knowing what's going on in the world or being happy. And it's like, do I open my? He's like, do I look at the news? And I was like, oh shit, that one's hitting me in the feels, man. But no, seriously, I don't know. As dark as times can look at stuff, I think we're. I don't know. I love StarCraft. That's where most of my brain energy goes. I love it, guys. Up here is TLO. His hatchery just got blocked by Astrea. He wants to force the pylon at least. He doesn't want to take the oh, he gets it down! Astrea screwed the pooch! Oh no! That's a mistake. Shouldn't be letting that get down so quickly. I mean, it's still a delayed hatch, but only by about 6 seconds. You want to delay it by a lot longer than that. You got a lot of hit points to spare. I mean, he could have literally held position and he would have delayed that hatch longer than what he ended up delaying it by. So it is tied up 1-1 apiece. We really don't need to keep introducing these players. I don't see the reason to. It is a qualifying match, guys. Gonna be a pretty standard opening here for Astrea. But yeah, I mean, I give a slight edge to TLO here. TLO, of course, not opening super greedy like he did on Thunderbird. This is a smaller map, just a hatch gas pool, much more normie opening. He says, you know, he's like, I don't skip leg day, but I don't do it that often. That's essentially what Dario's build is, right? Like, you know, once in a while he'll skip leg day like most people do. No one pays, they're like, no girl ever fucking, you know, when chatting on Tinder and she's like, oh, I love your hammies. Like, it's just, that's not how it goes. He's like, no, I want to get some big shoulders, big chest, big biceps, you know. But he does sometimes get the gas. Sometimes puts the work in to make sure he's not a complete chicken. Doesn't just have a gigantic upper body and 2 spindly little legs. So good to see the ling speed coming in. He puts straight back on gas after the probe leaves. TLO's doing a naughty. He's doing a naughty build. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something naughty. Is Astrea going to dive for the check? No, he's not. He's just checking for lings coming up. But what is there a roach warren that's going to go down? What do we? It's going to be a lair? Roach. Baneling nest. Everything is about this adept right now, guys. everything. This adept needs to see that gas and that baneling nest. The lings are going to come out. That already tells you your opponent's being a naughty boy. Astrea should already know there's a good chance the opponent's being a naughty boy. TLO here, he's forecasting this. He's foreshadowing it. He's oh my god, and this adept, she's doing a good job. She sees more lings coming out. She sees more lings. Hasn't started the third gateway unit. Has not walled off. Astrea, what are you doing? You need to wall off right now. What are you doing, Astrea? Get inside your wall. Good gateway. Full wall off. That probe's on the outside. We need, oh my god, yeah. Starts another adept. It might be a little late. If that gateway goes down before that adept pops out, you're in trouble. Oh my god, Baneling's morphing right in front of the wall. TLO, no Fs given. 100% YOLO. Did you guys think you were watching a European player in an NA qualifier? No. TLO believes in assimilation, and he has become full NA right now. He's gonna bust the wall. He's gonna make it through. He gets in. There is an adept out. Oh, the probe's pulled, but a Baneling smacks him in the face. There's just so few gateway units now. Most of the lings have been exhausted, but the reinforce is frightening. If he can't get this wall up, he's dead, and he cannot get this wall up. Astrea knocked to the lower bracket. Ooh. A naughty boy build there from Dr. Dario. Now, he actually delayed the Stalker in order to start the Twilight as quickly as possible, so Astrea himself was cutting a corner here. This is the meta. It's the same build Dario saw in game 1. It was the 3-gate super fast DT rush. Look at how fast he puts this Robo down, guys. Very quick, very quick. He'll chrono boost it. Doesn't have a third gateway unit started. It's a greedy boy build. Dario punishes it. So normally you would start that Stalker immediately and start a second adept right afterwards, and you would try to keep that adept alive on the map. If you think there's an all-in, you will recall it to make sure you have extra firepower behind your wall. Makes a big difference. GG's, Dario qualifies to WCS Challenger League. Full NA, choo-choo. Good job, Dario. I did not think that was necessarily going to work. But yeah, woo. That's why leg day is important. Indeed, Twitch chat, that is why leg day is important.